Shalom, welcome to the Jewish View. My name is Rabbi Nachman Simon with the Chabad House of Delmar, together with my co-host Mark Ronich of Statewide News Service, jbiztechphilly.com, and now columnist for the Jewish Press.
I'm having a lot of fun doing all three assignments, and my column in the Jewish Press is called Albany Beit, and I talk about how government relates to the Jewish community, or doesn't, as the case may be. But with us today is a very close friend of the Jewish community, Mark Wientraub. Welcome back to the Jewish View.
Well, thank you.
Mark's the executive director of the Schenectady Jewish Community Center out in Niskayuna. And with us today is Danielle Bar. She's a visiting shliach and from Beit Arye in Israel.
Right.
Welcome to the Jewish
It's
View.
so nice to see you, and
Thank
welcome.
you.
I thought Mark was just connect JCC. We can go exercising on the TV together.
Absolutely. We can do that on August 3rd if you'd like.
All right.
What's
Yeah,
happening
what's
August
happening,
3rd?
Look, we get together once a year, right? So I get to give you all the scoop on what's happening in the summer.
Right.
And, you know, it's summer, so we're not that serious. Every year, or the last, actually, few years ago, camp tries to break a world record or a Guinness World Book record.
Really?
There's actually a website for that. And a couple years ago, we tried to win the record for rolling tires from point A to point B, because we couldn't do something that required 10,000 people, right? So we had to break a record that was actually in a small town in Australia. And so we got 300 tires from Fogg Automotive, and young and old, we even had toddlers out there rolling tires. Tires happen to be well balanced. We did not get the world record. So this year, we decided to do something different. There's something called Bokwa.
Yeah, what is it?
Bokwa is essentially, if you're familiar with Zumba, Zumba is Latin dance and it's an exercise, very popular. Bokwa is, say, the African response to Zumba. It's gaining in popularity. We have through our Silver Sneakers programming, which is for seniors. In our relationship with MVP Healthcare, they have a instructor, and that instructor will be with us tomorrow. And we found out that there is no world record for the amount of people doing Bokwa at one time.
So whatever you do on August 3rd, it will be the world record.
Well, that may be, but to be a Guinness World Record, they have very strict criteria. X amount of people, you need judges and all this kind of stuff. So we're doing it by the Guinness book. And what we're saying is you're going to do the Bokwa World Record, and after we're done and we submit all our documentation, then we're going to see if we can get a Guinness World Book. So we just might do it. I think our chances are pretty darn
and
good.
then you'll have a toast to Guinness. A few Guinness.
People do that for the fun of it? I mean, the dance or for the exercise?
Oh, for the dance itself, for the exercise and fun, but it's a great way to exercise. It's, different than doing your traditional type of workouts. And people who like to dance, they figured out a way with different movements. I mean, Bokwa movements are, you dance and you trace letters and numbers. And look, it moves, a lot of your body parts, and it's fun. And then, thank God, it's over.
And you're participating also in
so
it?
I will be involved in, emceeing, but
You're not going to do the
Oh,
dancing?
yeah. What the heck?
All right, Mark, you have to-
So Mark, we want to bring Danielle in a minute, but I just want to ask you about this award that we have here.
Everybody sees it.
It's the Schenectady County Human Rights Commission
Yes.
Award. Well, mazel tov on the award.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's something that occurred before the summer, obviously. In June, and we were the recipients of the award for the work that we've done through our Capital Capabilities Initiative. It's a project that we set up 3 years ago through the JCC to enlighten the abled community about people with disabilities. And we have a coalition of many of the organizations that work with people with disabilities in Schenectady County, Schenectady ARC, Living Resources, the local synagogues. And we run an annual event. And really the idea is to create a moment and create connectivity for people who don't and are very blessed not to have disability in their lives, and to learn more about it. And so through our efforts, we surprisingly received this, there were 16 other organizations that were nominated, and we won the award.
But
So
people in JCC volunteer and help these people with disabilities?
No, it's really what we don't do is deliver any services. What we try and do is bring together people. We found that a lot of these organizations have workshops, and many really accomplished artists who have disabilities. So they give a gift to the general community. And we have an annual event typically focused around art, where the artists come, they bring their art, and they perform, and it could be music, it could be, paintings or other types of art, and then we kind of celebrate the abilities that people do have and try to create connectivity between people in the community who don't have disabilities and people who do, where I could meet someone who's an artist, talk about art, and then say, oh, by the way, that person has a disability, and create the connectivity.
Excellent. All right, that is worth an award. Excellent.
And so tell me about, Danielle, tell me what you do at the Schenectady Jewish Community Center. What's your role?
I'm a counselor. I'm an Israeli culture specialist, and I teach the children about the Israel, about the Judaism. I think that most of the children don't know what is Israel, what Israel is. So from the age of 3 to 11. So I explain them what is Israel, what we have in Israel, like places in Israel, Jerusalem, and the Kinneret, the Dead Sea, and I also have a experiment. You want me to show
All right,
you?
let's see.
Yeah, but this is an experiment that has to do with the Dead Sea?
I did it with the children. It shows to show them what happened actually in the Dead Sea.
So let's show a picture of what the Dead Sea looks like today. We
Yeah.
brought one along. And
There you
there's
go.
the Dead Sea. And it looks beautiful. It doesn't look so dead to me, but is there any life? Why is it called the Dead Sea?
There is no life. There is no any
no
animals.
Wild,
No
Fish.
No fishes. No anything.
right.
Because of that, it's called the Dead Sea.
Right, but what's in the water that killed or doesn't
This-
allow animals to survive?
Because there is so many salt there. So salt. Yeah. So more than the ocean.
Uh-huh.
Really more. So the animals there can't
So
live.
if you're on a salt-free diet, you can't even go in.
No, you're right, you can't even look.
You can't even.
You can't open your eyes.
No, you would. She's right. And just two quick things. One is that in Hebrew, the name is Yam HaMelech,
Yeah.
right? So it's a salt sea. But I believe there's actually more chemicals than water.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and I think it's phosphorus is one
Right.
of the main chemicals there. So it's really a floating chemical mine, if you will.
So you have this experiment. Let's hear about this.
Okay, so here I have warm water and an egg.
Hard-boiled or regular?
No, regular.
Regular egg.
Yeah,
It
well-
could break. We should get paper towels. No.
No.
Go ahead.
We have.
And the salt. So I'll enter, I did it with the kids
Okay.
in my classroom. So I'll enter the egg
Oh.
to the water,
Okay.
and you'll tell me what happened to the egg.
Hope it doesn't crack. We'll have scrambled eggs. That way.
Mm,
Okay, is it floating or sinking?
It's sink. It's sunk.
Sunk,
Yes.
right? Okay, so I'll take it off. And I'll put some salt in it.
Okay.
I'll put 7 spoons.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully on a salt-free diet over here with those eggs over here.
Okay. A
Oops.
little water with your salt. Okay.
Yeah, the water turns white. That's
Yeah.
the water in the
And-
Dead Sea.
And that's the way it looks in the Dead Sea.
Yeah, it's not clear there, it's white. So the kids were very surprised of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll mix it. Okay. And when I put the egg
Back
again
in. Yes.
with the salty water,
It
Floating on top.
floating.
it floats.
I think they
You
can see
see?
it on
Why
TV.
don't you
People can see
give
on
me
TV.
that bottle? You bring the bottle.
What do you want to drink it over here, Mark?
I want to show it
You
to
can
the
have
audience.
scrambled eggs.
I want to show it to the audience. We're going to have.
A little bit. Well, you can see it floating on
You can
top. You see like a tip of the iceberg
Okay, you see how it floats? You see that
instead
egg
of
up
it
there?
sinking to the bottom.
Yeah, it's floating.
Yeah. So that's what happened at the Dead Sea.
And that's what happens in the Dead Sea.
Yeah,
that
everyone
anything that-
is floating.
Anything that's put in the water it floats to the top.
Also humans. Like,
Listen, Danielle, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to Schenectady. You know, you grew up in Israel.
Right. Tell us
Yeah.
about Beit Arye and your neighborhood.
Beit Arye is a special city. It's a small town in Israel.
Where's it
It's,
near? Tel Aviv, Haifa?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes from Tel Aviv. We are like community. It's a small town.
North of Tel Aviv is south?
East.
East?
Yeah,
East of Tel Aviv.
east of Tel
Okay.
Aviv. This is a small town, so we know like each other very much. Like we have how do I come to the JCC? So I used to be a counselor at the Scouts in my town. I used to be a counselor for 4th grade. I also was a camper. Like,
Right.
okay.
Camper for a counselor. How did you learn English? I mean, because it's pretty, we understand you, it's pretty good.
From this 3rd grade,
They teach English in
yeah,
Israel.
all the kids all the children, students in Israel start to learn it. I think from the 3rd grade, and since I've been here, it's been improved. You know.
I'm sure of that.
Really?
Listen, what about the Israeli army? Did you have to
Yeah,
volunteer or draft?
No, like this is a duty in Israel to serve the army. So at the age of 18, everyone is going there.
How old are you now?
22,
22.
almost.
So you went to the army about 4 years ago?
I went to the army 3 years ago because I had pre-army program
Okay.
for 1 year. It's like I lived in a kibbutz, you know, in the north of Israel. So after that, at the age of 19, I got to the army, and I served in intelligence unit. That's
But
what
they
I
wouldn't
can
make-
tell you about it.
Okay, otherwise you have to kill us. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what does the name Dror Hanin mean?
Dror Hanin.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a person that lived in Israel, in Beit Arye, in my
Right.
town. He was volunteered in a lot of like events and places. And while during the last war in Israel called Tzuk Eitan, he was like near between Gaza and Israel. So he went there to volunteer and give some food and snacks for the soldiers that fight there. And it was he was killed by
Mortar fire. Yeah.
by a bomb.
Right, mortar.
Yeah, when he like volunteered them there.
He was 37 years old. I mean, he was really
Yeah,
such a
he
shame.
has children that live in Beit Arye. My mom taught his daughter.
Uh-huh. So that was it really hit home for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is like I didn't know him like
Personally, yeah.
personally, but there was a race in a memory of him, like I think a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be in Schenectady? How long is your shlichut?
It's for 2 months.
So July and August?
What?
For camp?
July and August?
Yeah, July and
Yeah.
August
Okay.
till 20th of August.
So what are the Hebrew months? And Av and
Tammuz and all.
Tammuz and Av?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do in Israel? You're going, what's your, like, you want to be a profession? What are you going to work as?
I don't know yet because I have time. I'm going to a trip like immediately
Yeah.
after. Like I'm
Where?
going to South America.
Okay, what country? Rio? No?
The Olympics.
Like a lot of countries, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Brazil.
Okay. Be
Uh,
careful. You
yeah.
have the Zika virus, right? Okay.
But after that, I thought about learn psychology.
Yeah.
Very good.
Something with like to hear people and
Do you want to teach like your mother teaches? Or?
No.
No? Okay. Because you're good at, being a counselor and demonstrations and things like that, so.
It's still floating.
Mark, tell us a little more what the JCC is up to. Every year you come in, we give you a report card, see what's happening,
I
something
know.
new.
Well, so, camp, obviously, we have Danielle here,
How many kids go into the camp?
It's unbelievable. We have a 240. We had 220 last year, which was our largest number ever, and we beat it.
Really, 10% increase is pretty good.
Yeah. So camp's rocking, and we got, like I told you, Bokwa coming on the 3rd, and our theme this year is the Olympics.
All right.
And there are Israelis playing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
We had a little discussion about this coming over. There are 2 Olympians that Danielle told me about. One is in windsurfing, which is big in Tel Aviv on the beach, and the other is in judo. So, that's a Jewish sport, judo, right?
Yeah.
So,
All right. Good.
so
All right.
anyway, it is the summer, I told
No,
you.
I like these.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
these puns. This is
The-
right up my alley.
The other things we got that are going on and kind of cool is we have 2 tennis pros in the community from Romania, and they teach in an academy in the southern part of Romania, and they teach. Have you heard of Simona Halep, who is one of the top women tennis players in the world? She graduated from their academy, so they're going to be at JCC for one day to
Teach
kids
Oh,
and
that's nice.
anyone else. We have a women's self-defense program coming up, so that's
For the
pretty
kids
cool.
and teach
Well,
the
I know
kids?
it's for adults, and all
Yeah.
that's happening on college campuses and things.
Really,
and-
it's interesting.
yeah. The other 2 kind of interesting things, and just to kind of round out in terms of activities, one is that we're in conjunction with the Daily Gazette, your competitor. We're going to.
They're no competition for us.
I'm just kidding. We have a wonderful relationship with them,
Yes.
and we're going to be doing a senior day, opening up the JCC to the entire community, and really in our partnership with MVP, and letting people. Number one, we're going to do which you would enjoy this. It's fun. It's we're going to call it kind of a exercise buffet. You can come in.
Eat all you want over here.
Well, yes.
I don't know how many pounds
No,
you're
you
going to
come
lose.
in and you can do a little bit of everything, because you know how you'll walk in, you'll see maybe something like TRX straps, and it looks very intimidating. So here you come in, you can try 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, in a very
That's interesting. It's great.
Yeah,
sounds like
Keeping Drew
interesting.
Katz busy, huh?
well, that's the other Drew. We have Andy Katz.
Andy Katz, okay.
Yeah, Drew Katz is over in Albany.
I
We
see,
can keep him
okay.
busy too. He's
See.
a nice guy. But there's gonna be lectures about Medicare and all kinds of stuff. So we're looking forward to that. And then
So
go
what
ahead.
day is, when is the?
Oh, that's on August 21st.
21st.
In the morning. It's Sunday, 9
Sunday.
to 12.
Okay. Oh, that's.
Yeah,
I want a buffet to be longer in the.
Well, we'll make a special
Thank
buffet
you.
for you, Mark.
Thank
He's looking for a food buffet. That's
No,
what
no, I'm looking for the exercise buffet.
That's right. That's right.
I do want to do it. I just.
No,
can't-
but it is. You know what? It's true, because you look at a spin class, you're like, I don't know. I don't want to be with all these like rough and tumble people. But here you can just walk in for a minute. You sit on the bike.
Yeah.
It takes the intimidation out,
Sure, sure,
right?
yeah.
And you can just kind of like hang out for a couple minutes.
Right.
So we'll let you in. Even you got the hair for the senior, but that's
Thank you.
about it.
Okay.
You, we know.
All right, I'm 29.
So that's fun. And then moving a little closer into, believe it or not, in a couple of weeks, we're already thinking about Rosh Hashanah and things like that. So one thing that we're doing, actually, to get back to the kind of topic we talked about with disabilities, we're going to be opening at one of our after-school programs, Niskuna Schools, a program for that's inclusive. It's going to have both. We have for the elementary school ages. There's going to be kids who have disabilities and those who don't in collaboration with the Living Resources Organization.
So why not do it in conjunction with Friendship Circle?
Because we don't really have a relationship with them. I'd like to. It's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
Next year
yeah. Where are they? They're located
in Albany.
in Albany.
But
yeah.
they're throughout the Capital District. They have people from children able and disabled, who are throughout the Capital District.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there are some Schenectady people.
That's good. So I'd like to maybe extend an invitation. I can do it right now on the TV to our coalition,
Okay.
and get to know those folks
Right.
better.
Okay,
So I
good.
appreciate that. And then of course, Rosh Hashanah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be here sooner than you think, and
You have Judaica programs. I mean, this is all fine and good, and I actually go to Albany JCC and exercise. Yeah, a healthy body inside, a healthy soul inside of a healthy body. Both things are important, but do you have Judaica programs?
Yeah,
throughout the
absolutely.
year?
It seems that everybody gets more spiritual, more serious at the end of the summer. So one of the things that we did, we actually started last year with funding from Federation, something called the Celebration Series. So every holiday, we're trying to do things differently, whatever the synagogues are not doing. So and one thing we can do at JCC is bring everybody together, under a general tent. So last year for Rosh Hashanah, we invited all the sisterhood gift shops to come together, and it was like a big shuk for Rosh Hashanah, where you could buy food, this, that, and the other. So we're going to try and, last year was the first year, the attendance was not enough. We're going to really kind of bulk it up this year. We're also doing
When are you planning that for?
we don't have the date yet, but we should.
Okay.
I know that we have, and I can check on that, in September, we're also, and I don't have the date, we're doing on the 25th,
Of September.
yes, a fall fest and a fun run, and I think that may end up being part of that.
Okay, good.
And then we also have our Jewish Film Festival, which is going to be premiering.
You got the inside word before all the publicity's out,
Well,
so
no,
we got a
it's- yeah.
scoop over here.
Well, I can't show you. It's not 100%. Well, I guess
Mark's
it
always
is.
looking for a scoop over here.
I guess it
That's
is.
He's the
But,
newsman.
This is our
Jewish
brochure. I don't think it's going to change any in terms of the schedule. We have all types of
Well, it
interesting
won't now.
Jewish films from all over the world, and also increasing the amount of Jewish informal education that we do. I mean, a
Right.
camp, for example, our camp runs on an entire program called TAG. It's Torah, Avodah, and Gimul Chasadim, and
Very
it's
good.
based through JCCA. So there
Well,
is
so there's a
definitely
lot of things going on there.
Right. So I wanted to ask Danielle about the children who you're a counselor for. How old are they? And
3 to 11.
3 to 11. Do you have pictures of them that you brought
Yeah.
with you?
I have picture from an
So we
activity
sh-
that we did today.
So we should show, look at this.
Here we go.
And what did we watch? What are we seeing here, Danielle?
We made I explained them about
Is that you in the upper right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I explained them about the Hamsa, the hand, that we hang on our walls in Israel. I explained that it protect us from the bad things, and we create for every child create his own Hamsa with glitter and such things. And we have also Birkat Beit, that's blessing for home.
And what was the other picture you brought? You brought another picture. This one here, are they coloring or what are they doing?
I explained them about Tu B'Shvat.
Oh.
So we made a shkedia, it's almond tree.
Explain what Tu B'Shvat just for
Right.
our audience.
Tu B'Shvat is the new year for the trees,
Right.
the birthday of the trees that we celebrate in Israel. We plant trees and flowers and plants on this day. It's like February.
February, right, yeah.
So we made a shkedia and almond tree together.
He's going to ask you to explain Kiddishka,
He
whatever.
said an almond tree.
Okay.
How fast does it grow? I mean, what do you mean? You just planted a seed? Or
What?
how do you plant? You planted
We have like little plant
Yeah.
of tree.
a sprout, whatever.
Yeah, and then we like dig on the land and
You dug it on February. It's half snowing, isn't it?
no, we don't have.
I taught at Berith Shalom in Troy,
Yeah.
Sunday school, and we planted a tree in February for the holiday, and it grew. It's still growing.
Oh,
It's still there.
that's a
It's,
miracle.
You know. And I called. I think I called Rabbi Simon. I said, what's this blessing that we got to say when we're blessing this tree? And he was like, Shechiana, I don't know. No. But there is a blessing of some sort.
It's always a
So,
blessing for
there's
everything.
something. That's right.
What kind of tree did you have? We got a blessing on a cherry tree. I mean, if you
Yeah.
make some cherries, maybe.
That was a very long time ago. That we did this. That's how long I know Rabbi Simon. So anyway,
Again, I'm 29 years old, Mark.
it was 28 years ago. But anyway, so thank you for, the explanation, all your talents, and you're sharing your talents with us here in Schenectady and
Thank you.
in the Capital District. I hope you, have you seen proctors? Have you gotten out off the campus of the JCC and gone
Yeah.
around the city of Schenectady? Or?
I have host families, so
Oh, who's hosting you?
6 families.
Really?
Yeah,
Good.
I moved from
You move every week?
every week, 2
Every-
weeks.
Every week to 10 days? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's good. It's great for the
It's
families.
nice.
They
It's a
learn
good
about
experience.
Israel, and she learns a lot. Gets to go in all different types of places.
That's good.
Yeah, it really is. It's. I think one of the wonderful things we do in terms of community,
Oh, good.
turning the community on to Israel, is what's better way to learn about Israel than from a dynamic young person.
Yeah, you could
Absolutely.
see what it is. I think, well, no, that's very important because, really Israel many times gets a lot of bad press. They beat up people and they're murderers and they're, just, you would think, who knows what kind of thieves, we know better, but if the person in the street doesn't know any better, you get a bad impression. So you see, you talk to people and, they understand that it's a growing country and no one's hurting anybody. And they're just trying to be at peace with everybody. So I think that is really an important point. It seems so simple to us. You say, well, of course, but to the person in the street who only reads the newspapers and the televisions, that it's big news. It's a very educational experience for them.
Yeah, it was interesting because we were coming over here and talking about things, and a lot of Danielle's experience in the Army was actually educational and therapeutic. If you can give me 3 seconds, could you explain about the orphans program? I thought that was extremely interesting and kind of heartfelt because it
Yeah.
impacts you directly.
During my military service, I went to a camp for orphan boys and girls. That one of them parents, her dad usually, was killed in a war in Israel during his military service, or died from diseases during his military service. So this is a camp. The aim is to make them fun and make them happy. Just to be with them, and we were staff with include 20 soldiers from a lot of units, different units.
You're doing this while you are in the Army. It's not
Yeah, during the
this
army,
is your
2
Army
weeks.
job. So
Yeah,
to
part
speak.
of, yeah.
Yeah,
This was a couple of years ago.
at 1 year.
Yeah. Oh, really? Last year?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, on July in the
And
summer.
I think, that's
And what-
important what you're saying is because, again, you think an Israeli soldier, they have such a name, but here that they're doing chesed, what you were saying, kindness to help other people.
And building the fabric of society and putting people together who wouldn't normally cross paths on a daily basis, either because of, socioeconomic reasons or whatever. And the Army is
That's
kind of the great common
Yeah.
ground.
So, okay, well, this is...
I think that's important, again, it's
is
just
there
so
anything
incredible. You
Yeah.
think an Army soldier, an Israeli soldier, again, it's very important. Publicity is so important. What the Israeli Army is doing is just going out for the most part, helping people and even helping, you have pictures of helping Arabs, and people think that they're just at war with everybody, and it just isn't true. So just even coming here, Danielle, to show you're quote unquote normal, you're a nice person, helping kids out, and you're just a good Israeli person. I think that in itself is like if we say on Passover, Dayenu, that is enough to, teach people about Israel.
So the Schenectady JCC is 93 years now? 94?
We're getting towards 95.
95?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
we
so
got a
you're
big
doing...
celebration in
Yeah,
5
you're
years.
doing anything for that? No,
100.
100.
Uh-huh.
you're
The
working-
90th we did something.
Right, and
Yeah.
And then,
But
so the 100th is
We're
what
going
you're...
for the 100. I think that would be really cool.
And I hope you're still there in
Uh-huh.
this 5-6 years, and continued success. This is wonderful. I'm so
appreciate
happy.
Good, thank you very much for being on the Jewish Food, Danielle, that you're a good shliach, a good messenger for Israel, and Mark, keep on doing doing better and better every year, so you come back next year and we'll get even a better report
That's
from you.
right.
Well, thank you.
And do it with gesund, with health.
Yes,
Okay, yes,
thank you.
absolutely.